A sudden disturbance breaks the heavy silence, and Naem enters, addressing the hidden grandmother. The great sect leader sits in deep isolation. A child has arrived, begging for an audience. A child seeks the fallen gates at Hua. He introduces himself as the young Chung Myung. He demands entry into the historic sect. The ancient master hesitates to accept him. They no longer accept any new outsiders. Yet this beau was deeply desperate to enter. The heavy silence returns to the grand hall. The beau smiles exteriorly, hiding his inner rage. Extreme irritation bows beneath his calm mask. We must go back to the moments prior. Exhausted and broken, he finally makes it. Mount Hua looms large over the horizon. The path ahead looks treacherous and grim. The promised shortcut was a complete lie. Now he must climb the endless mountain peak. He sprints upward like his life depends. Each step screams with pure desperation. His young body burns with heavy exhaustion. He claws his way through the rocky terrain. Anything is possible through his sheer tenacity. He will conquer this legendary peak tonight. He finally reaches the sacred summit gate. A horrific realization strikes his broken mind. The main signboard is completely missing. The sacred heirloom, cleaned diligently every morning, gone without a trace, leaving absolute emptiness. A dark figure emerges from the shadows. He wonders how a child climbed alone. The beau asks if he practices here. The martial arts still linger in ruins. The historic sect has not completely died. The mountain air turns lethal at night. Another shocking sight breaks his composure again. The marble floors are stripped entirely bare. They sold the stones for quick cash. He claims the dirt is spacious and nice. The heavenly golden palace has vanished completely. An empty lot stands where greatness once resided. He calls the loss a wound of glory. Glory my ass, he whispers in rage. They approach the temple for ancestral respects. At least this place remains somewhat intact. Inside the shrine lies a devastating truth. The golden candlesticks are entirely gone. The imperial scroll stripped from the wall. He desperately searches for one final item. The sacred plum blossom made of white metal. We sold it, he says with joy. A wandering merchant bought the sacred relic. Absolute despair shatters his entire soul. The sacred white blossom of nocturnal fragrance. The ultimate treasure, sold by complete dumbasses. The beau realizes he must interfere now, before these fools ruin anything else completely. He begs to join the mountain sect. The long memory fades back to present. The master questions his true knowledge here. Entering will not be an easy task, but an entire scenario is already prepared. He envisions the ghost of a dead beggar. This fabricated lie will become his truth. A legendary master who passed down secret arts, the ultimate deception, to secure his dynamic rise. His status will soar above the current masters. The grandmother remains silent and entirely unmoved. A sudden decree shatters his entire plan. The rules dictate a completely different path. No exceptions are made for random orphans. His perfect scenario crumbles to absolute dust. He welcomes him only as a starting disciple. The legendary hero reduced to a beginner. His grand status plummets to the bottom. He dons the uniform of the lowest rank. A temporary boarding room becomes his quarters. The ancient traditions are completely thrown away. He stalks the halls, investigating the current occupants. A sudden presence catches him off guard. An angry disciple accuses him of theft. He straight up accuses him of theft. The loud commotion draws an immediate crowd. He reports the brat to his senior. Chung Myung internally questions his awful life. A strict authority figure demands absolute silence. He scolds them for causing trouble here. They apologize sincerely to great Sasuken. The master asks for his name directly. The beau introduces himself as Chung Myung. He realizes this is the new arrival. He orders the beau to rest today. Training begins tomorrow morning without excuses. They shout in agreement and scatter quickly. The angry bully stops to look back. He glares with a menacing parting promise. He vows to teach him a lesson. The hallway goes entirely quiet once more. He calmly notes his cute little successors. He plans to give them special attention. His version of attention is heavily painful. It is entirely their problem very soon. Later that evening at the boarding house, the bully commands him to strip down. Chung Myung repeats the bizarre order blankly. The bully demands every single clothing item. He claims stripping brings men much closer. A little beating strengthens their group bonding. He tells the newcomer to hurry up. Chung Myung states he has one question. He asks where advisor Ngum is. The advisor does not train right now. He decides a beating is required first. Chung Myung casually steps within striking range. The bully reacts with pure confusion here. Chung Myung tells him to flex neck muscles. The boy wonders what that even means. A massive fist flies forward instantly. An absolute devastating punch connects directly. The entire room watches in sheer horror. The bully crashes into the floor completely. Chung Myung asks who is beating who. He calls them absolute canyon tards loudly. The spectators scream for their very lives. The scene shifts to a peaceful massage. The senior disciple massages him with fear. Chung Myung demands way more intense effort. The terrified senior complies immediately, without question. He calls out the bruised bully next. Jo-gul trembles flat on the floor. Chung Myung promises he will not harm him. He wants answers about the sex status. Jo-gul answers with deep respect now. He asks about the Golden Palace vanishing. Why is Mount Hua such a mess? Jo-gul mentions a historical sword saint. Chung Myung blankly notes that is him. The saint helped defeat the evil Chunmo. The furious demon sect retaliated in anger. They set the entire mountain on fire. The severe damage caused their total downfall. The sect fell entirely because of him. The truth strikes his mind like lightning. He heavily laments his current miserable life. A historical memory reveals past ancient choices. Former masters discuss a specific sword technique. A young Chung Myung eats pastries greedily. They decide to throw a technique away. He agrees it is completely useless trash. They hide it from the library shelves. The decision is finalized with a smile. Chung Myung continues eating without any care. Jang Mun brings up taking in disciples. He asks how he intends to train. He states he will beat them first. Tane makes the impossible happen easily, he claims. The topic was never brought up again. A sudden voice snaps him to reality. Jo-gul reports the latest morning news. Advisor Ngum calls him to training. The entire platoon stands ready for practice. The master commands them to prepare blades. They draw their weapons together with force. He orders them to swing their blades. They battle cry loudly while practicing swings. They wave their swords like absolute idiots. Chung Myung watches the display in disbelief. He asks what technique they are using. It is called the equilibrium sword technique, the base foundation of their mountain sect. Chung Myung screams internally at their stupidity. This trash technique actively hinders their growth. Like teaching alphabets using a massive thesis, it brings absolutely zero long-term benefits. Technique means nothing without proper solid fundamentals. They are doing everything completely wrong here. He looks up at the clear sky. The sky matches their empty, bleak future. He does not even know where to begin. He questions a student about the curriculum. The student reveals the next training stages. They graduate to the 7 sages next. Then they learn the lesser Qing style. Chung Myung listens carefully to the ranks. Finally they learn the ultimate sacred art, the Tai Flummox. Sword technique appears. The exact trash technique he discarded past. The garbage style they threw away together. Chung Myung loses his mind completely now. Where is the true 24 movement style? Ngum barks out to stop chattering. Night falls over the quiet boarding house. Jo-gul stands ready for any orders. Chung Myung tells him to drop formality. The senior asks what favor he requires. Gather everyone at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Prepare the special items he requests now. Prepare exactly 5 items per person total. Jo-gul looks entirely confused by this. Chung Myung smiles with pure hidden threat. Jo-gul accepts the task immediately in fear. He praises his wonderful enthusiasm with Jo. The nervous senior departs in a hurry. The current sect lacks wealth and talent. A total collapse could happen literally overnight. Talent is the only thing he controls. The third-class disciples are not talented, but a 1,000-mile journey starts tonight. Outside the dark boarding house building at night, a frustrated disciple complains loudly about a junior making them gather here. He turns to the crowd, asking if they agree with him. The disciples stand around a tied-up, shirtless brother on the ground. A calm voice from behind asks if he is the junior in question. The crowd splits apart as the tiny monster reveals himself. The complaining senior freezes up in total shock. He aggressively lectures the boy about respecting his elders. Chung Myung sighs softly at the predictable reaction. He instantly flashes a radiant, fake happy smile. He apologizes loudly for his severe lack of understanding. He playfully suggests they all move indoors for a chat. He eagerly herds the entire crowd inside the dark building. The heavy door slams shut, locking them all inside. The courtyard goes completely silent for a brief moment. The remaining onlookers watch with deep, brewing anxiety. The structural roof begins to vibrate ominously. A witness nervously notes that the building is literally shaking. The entire structure undergoes a massive, violent earthquake. The front doors burst open as beaten, bruised disciples scramble out face first into the dirt. They quickly assemble into a perfect, uniform line out of fear. He cheerfully commands them to keep it down out here. He casually steps forward onto the dirt. He happily announces, "They will be training together every single morning." He enthusiastically welcomes them to his personal hell. The bright morning sun rises high over the mountain range. The peaceful morning light fills the master's quarters. Great Sasuke wakes up peacefully in his bed. He notices no one has arrived to give morning greetings yet. He assumes the entire boarding house must still be fast asleep. He remembers the new arrival that joined the sect yesterday. He assumes they stayed up late for a traditional hazing ritual. He resolves to teach the disciples a very stern lesson today. He walks along the path, trusting his senior students to manage things. He suddenly stops dead in his tracks from pure shock. The entire training field is covered in absolutely broken bodies. The devastated students desperately cry out for their mothers. And Gum demands to know exactly what is going on here. The students noticeably hesitate to look him in the eye. He questions why they would dare keep secrets from their master. He spots a battered Joe Ghoul struggling on the field, but the real shocker, standing directly behind him, the brand new disciple, is carrying an unbelievable weight. He balances giant rocks on his back while performing squats. His veins bulge as steam blows violently from his nose. His entire body trembles under the pure physical stress. The heavy stones threaten to crush him at any second. He grunts out a total of 10,085 reps. He greets the great instructor very casually, and Gum notices the kid is completely spent. He orders someone to bring him water immediately. Chung Myung says there is no need to worry, and Gum asks what occurred on the field. He calls it a simple morning exercise. He claims everyone just got too hyped up, and Gum cannot believe they fear a newcomer. He lectures the kid about proper boarding regulations. He asks who allowed them to skip sleep. Chung Myung instantly offers to stop the training. The swift response catches Gum off guard. He realizes punishing him makes everyone look foolish. The kid confidently asks for just 1 month. He promises to show results very soon. He claims his seniors love the intense training. Terrified seniors quickly agree with him, and Gum realizes no one dares complain. He asks why morning training is necessary. Debo wants to speed up the process. He vows to always respect the hierarchy, and Gum thinks the kid is highly impressive. He orders them to continue their efforts. The broken disciples beg for their lives. He invites them back inside the house. Loud screams echo from the boarding house. A few days quickly pass them by. His feeble dantian is slowly settling in. He notes the current leaders are weak. The third-class disciples are also weak. But the great Chung Myung is here. A disciple drops his food from shaking. He complains he cannot use his chopsticks. Joe Ghoul tells them to say it themselves. Joe Ghoul walks with the great Young. He thought the sect was done for, but the new kid changed his mind. He saw the kid training so intensely. Now he wants to be the best. Chung Myung rejoices at winning them over. Sudden loud crashing sounds break the peace. Angry debt collectors break through the gate. They aggressively demand their money back. Chung Myung realizes the sect is in debt. Angry men violently smash through the front gates. They demand to see the sect leader immediately. A helpless old man begs them to stop. The furious intruders refuse to wait any longer. They loudly demand their borrowed money back. Chung Myung cannot believe his ears right now. His new sect is deeply in debt. The angry debt collectors surround the courtyard. The sect leader finally decides to step out. Chung Myung carefully examines the elegant leader. He radiates an incredibly sophisticated martial aura. He acts completely unbothered by the chaos. Chung Myung realizes he is just acting cool. The pavilion owner steps forward to speak. Pavilion owner Kong addresses the leader directly. He claims the deadline has long since passed. They have accommodated the sect multiple times already. He promises not to be too harsh today. He gives them exactly 7 more days, or he will confiscate the entire temple. Chung Myung lets out a massive gasp. The leader apologizes for the embarrassing scene. The stressful night eventually passes them by. Chung Myung asks about the strange merchants. The disciples confirm they are local businessmen. Chung Myung cracks his knuckles very slowly. A disciple slowly backs away in fear. They explain the village right below them. He remembers peddling there with his father. The debt situation makes absolutely no sense. But he knows about pavilion owner Khan. He runs the massive Thua pavilion. He is a very wealthy local merchant. The name triggers a dark memory inside. The disciples tell him to calm down. Calm down is simply not an option. That pavilion originally belonged to Mount Hua. The thief is trying to steal everything. The trembling senior confirms the horrible news. Something is clearly not adding up here. A massive scam is taking place right now. Things are moving in the wrong direction. He suddenly calls out to Joe Ghoul. Joe Ghoul answers with extreme panic. He demands a very specific secret item. Joe Ghoul realizes what he is planning. He sprints away to grab the gear. The disciple asks what he is doing. He quotes a famous ancient Buddhist proverb. If you meet a Buddha, kill him. If you encounter your forefather, kill him. True enlightenment requires violating the old rules. He is heading out to find enlightenment. They call him a total crazy dumbass. The crazy bastard leaps into the night. Meanwhile, the greedy merchants enjoy a banquet. They laugh about the perplexed sect leader. The final warning was highly effective. The total debt is 100,000. They praise Khan for the successful trap. Khan pretends to feel a little sorry. He acts like a truly generous man. The others praise his immense generosity endlessly. He secretly calls them all simpleton idiots. He knows the sect has deep history. Their history is their greatest ultimate weapon. Almost everyone has connections to the sect, but they have become significantly weaker now. They are tender like a cooked duck. A merchant asks about the temple's future. He suggests taking something else instead. The temple value is beyond their imagination. The simple merchants do not understand business. He silently calls them all damn idiots. He plans to exploit Manhwa's enemies. Rival sects will pay handsomely for it. He will maximize everyone's total return. The crowd erupts in massive cheers. They loudly toast to their rich future. One drunk merchant stumbles outside alone. This money will last his entire life. He notes there is no visible moon. He decides to walk the main streets. A strange dark figure blocks his path. The drunk merchant blinks in total confusion. A tiny ninja stands perfectly still ahead. He laughs at the tiny burglar's size. The outfit makes him a very obvious thief. He asks if he is a real burglar. Chung Myung says he has no interest in money. He demands answers to a few questions. The merchant scoffs at the bold threat. A massive squad of elite bodyguards appears. They are clearly high-class professional bodyguards. The guards ask to eliminate the target. The merchant orders them to capture him alive. He claims he hates violent, bloody scenes. Violent crashing sounds instantly rock the street. The guards are instantly demolished into pieces. The merchant hears bones snapping behind him. Another guard flies across the screen. He slowly turns around in complete, absolute horror. The entire squad is completely wiped out. Chung Myung stands tall on the bodies. Some people simply refuse to listen properly. He casually motions for him to approach. He offers one last chance to cooperate. The merchant immediately surrenders in pure terror. Chung Myung aggressively grabs him by the mouth. The merchant lets out a muffled scream. This is the price for choosing violence. He promises to let him talk soon. This merchant got absolutely demolished. He cannot even speak properly anymore. Chung Myung tells him to stop crying. He quickly promises to speak clearly. The alleged debt makes no sense. The merchant claims it is accurate. Selling his underwear wouldn't cover it. He blames the crazy high interest rates. And paid interest just keeps stacking up. That is nothing to be proud of. A solid smack fixes his attitude. Chung Myung asks about the fabric shop. The merchant claims his family owned it. That is a massive bold lie. Every top business belonged to Mount Hua. The greedy managers stole the properties. They took advantage of the collapse. The scoundrel gets another painful lesson. The escort warrior suddenly steps up. He introduces himself as Yunbin. Chung Myung has absolutely no idea. Yunbin demands his real name. He reminds him of the knockout. The warrior calls him arrogant. He draws his sharp blade instantly. He charges with a surprise attack. The warrior has decent raw strength, but strength does not win fights. Chung Myung has centuries of experience. He will borrow his opponent's power. He spins away with perfect grace. He unleashes a brilliant sword technique. Go back and train some more. The warrior's sword gets tossed away. Another opponent is instantly put down. He accidentally revealed his identity. The merchant felt the pure check. Did he recognize the plum blossom? He asks about Southern Edge sect. Chung Myung happily takes the blame. The merchant completely falls for it. Back at the Mount Hua temple, the seniors wonder where he went. Chung Myung returns completely unbothered. They ask if anything important happened. He claims nothing much happened. His signature technique was completely unrecognizable. He demands immediate training right now. The seniors are tired of training. Taking days off is never allowed, but he is skipping it today. The disciples stare in absolute disbelief. He collapses onto his bed alone. The original account books were burned. He needs a perfect valid excuse. He remembers the old leader hiding books. A secret storage room must exist. It must be under the residence. The entrance is definitely hidden nearby. Time for an unprecedented treasure hunt. Saving the sect is his priority. Searching an entire mountain is pure torture. He feels like he might literally die. He decides to sense the underground energy. Large empty spaces will reveal the vault. At least, that is his current theory. He complains loudly about the brutal work. The first spot yields absolutely nothing. He prepares to try one more time. He shoots his internal energy downward again. Something strange finally echoes back to him. The secret location is finally fully revealed. He successfully finds the hidden underground spot. Now he just needs to break inside. He cracks open a hidden brick layer. The hidden vault cannot be simple bricks. He discovers a long hidden stone hallway. He steps into the dark secret corridor. A sudden sound echoes through the hall. The sect leader is walking right below. The leader clearly knows about this safe. He watches the old man stand completely still. He helplessly touches the locked entryway. He looks absolutely broken and deeply depressed. Chung Myung feels a sudden sharp realization. The declining sect is a heavy burden. The leader carries its massive pain alone. He endures the crushing sadness in secret. The heartbreaking night finally passes them by. Chung Myung drops down into the hallway. He admits he was deeply at fault, but it is not too late yet. He promises to break this door open. He approaches the massive stone structure carefully. He pushes his palm against the surface. He channels his internal martial arts energy. The spiritual energy violently bounces right off. The door is made of solid metal. It is over 1 foot thick steel. It consists of rare, incredibly expensive metal. Only a top master could cut it. No wonder the leader could never open it. Currently, even he cannot force it open. He notices tiny patterns on the wall. These are actually precise blade marks left behind. They represent historical Mount Hua sword techniques. He recognizes the ancient equilibrium sword style. He must trace every single style perfectly. This is the secret to unlocking entry. But a massive problem still remains here. His current body is just a child. He lacks the necessary core internal strength. He must sacrifice his innate true che. This energy literally maintains his life force. Using it will bring severe painful consequences. But he has no other choice left. He has exactly one shot at this. He must succeed in one single try. There are absolutely no second chances allowed. He unleashes the full ultimate combination style. The physical strain is incredibly heavy today. His current small body has clear limits, but he refuses to stop moving forward. He transitions seamlessly between the ancient styles. Every single movement must be totally flawless. He is the legendary Plum Blossom Saint. He throws up blood from the impact. He falls to the ground completely exhausted. He wonders if his plan actually worked. Failing now would be an absolute disaster. The giant metal structure begins to rumble. A massive loud crack echoes through hall. The ancient secure vault has finally opened. The heavy door is completely wide open, but the physical backlash is absolutely brutal. He vomits a massive amount of blood. He will be stuck in dead forever. Saving this sect is a total pain. He drags his broken body forward slowly. He wipes the remaining blood away quickly. A deeply mischievous smile hits his face. Time to see the hidden family treasures. The inner chamber rumbles with ancient energy. The storage room is surprisingly tiny inside. Only 3 bookshelves exist in total. The previous leader wasted money on steel. He immediately finds the official record books. The financial copies are completely flawless. Those crooked merchants are completely doomed now. He securely pockets the precious financial evidence, but there is no cash in sight. He dreamed of meat and expensive alcohol. The second shelf holds martial technique books. These secret arts were practically abandoned before. The old leader simply could not let go. He stored his deep attachments right here. Chung Myung promises to make them stronger. The third shelf contains a single letter. It is a message left by Jun Mun. The role of leader is about protection. He tells the successor to foster growth. The old man always loved to nag. This hall is officially good enough now. He stops as a thought hits him. The old leader had severe symmetrical OCD. Leaving an empty shelf makes no sense. He punches the back of the shelf. A secret compartment is instantly broken open. A brilliant golden glow blinds his eyes. Piles of pure gold bars are revealed. He screams out that he is rich. Morning quickly arrives at the mountain temple. The current leader is drowning in stress. Only 5 days remain until the deadline, and Gum bursts into the room frantically. He tells the leader to follow him. They sprint through the woods at speed. The disciples are scattered across the ground. The leader demands to know what happened. It was just intense morning training practice. Chung Myung is sitting nearby under trees. The leader calls out his name anxiously. Chung Myung appears looking completely fried black. His current condition looks absolutely terrible today. He tells them to look at this. The leader stares in absolute stunned silence. A fortune of gold bars is sitting there. These are the official lost account books. The entire sect is officially saved now. The leader passes out from pure shock. The boss falls unconscious on grass. He sleeps with a peaceful mind. He wakes up with sharp panic. He finds himself inside his room. Was it all just a dream? The entire temple stands completely quiet. The ledger books are actually real. He checks the paperwork very slowly. Is this the real deal? The final numbers are completely insane. The hidden merchant assets are massive. The merchants are the real debtors. The truth changes everything completely. That strange kid brought them luck. The child brings total good fortune. He slams the desk with force. The leader rises up with power. Time to crush the corrupt merchants. A few days later, merchants climb Mount Hua. This steep mountain path is absolute torture. He vows never to return here again. They wonder why they were called early. 100,000 nyangs is no joke. They expect the leader to beg today. Getting that much cash takes time. Anyway, they consider him a highly shameless debtor. He reminds them to show some respect. Fear hits that they might lose out. 5,000 nyangs means early retirement. Baby, no more running that annoying retail shop. The main temple gates finally appear ahead. Destroying this ancient sect feels somewhat wrong. The sect will collapse within 7 days. The sect guide greets them with confidence. The leader is waiting inside right now. Hyun Jeng greets them with perfect calm. Lowly merchants offer their humble greetings today. He thanks them for climbing the peak. They claim they are never too busy. He invites them for hot tea first. The lead merchant shuts that down instantly. They want to talk about money immediately. The leader calmly accepts their direct approach. He states the official position right now. Nobody wants to lend them extra money. Full repayment is completely impossible right now. The merchants refuse to grant extra time. A partial repayment can be made today. He asks who will delay the date. He begs for mercy with deep humility. The crowd begins whispering in heavy confusion. The entire atmosphere changes direction completely. Chung Myung watches the scene with amusement. He wonders what the old man plans. Is it a trap or pure kindness? Composure is key for a great leader. A merchant challenges his terms directly now. Will non-believers get paid back instantly? Mount Hua still holds powerful hidden connections. Merciful people will get their cash first. The merchants realize that hidden future payout. Will you truly repay us later then? He promises it on the sect name. Why should we take this massive risk? For the history of Mount Hua itself. The greedy merchant bursts out laughing mockingly. Chung Myung looks completely unbothered by it. He asks what the sect truly means. This sect protected their land for generations. The spirit was shared with everyone here. He points out to very clear choices. Those willing to wait must stand over there. The greedy ones can stay right here. The merchant alliance threatens to drop them. Choose your side carefully right now. Bows. Heavy hesitation fills the entire nervous crowd. Absolutely nobody moves an inch to help. The greedy leader celebrates his easy victory. Suddenly, one brave merchant steps away completely. Shop owner Yu chooses the empty side. The alliance leader screams out in fury. Yu admits it looks incredibly stupid today. Outsiders do not understand their deep ties. Every local child grew up hearing stories. Entering Mount Hua was the ultimate dream. His father and grandfather loved this sect. Leaving after getting cash is for outsiders. He has lived here his entire life. Giving up massive money is pure madness. You will definitely regret this choice today. You remains entirely silent and resolute. I might have some debts alone, but I will still stand right here. More merchants suddenly begin to move. A massive crowd joins his side. The greedy leader is completely stunned. They choose to support the sect. The leader looks down with pride. I will not live with regret. The merchant alliance has totally failed. His ultimate plan is completely ruined. The loyal merchants stand very firm. Hyun Jeng remains perfectly composed throughout. He addresses the remaining merchants directly. He orders the items brought out. The official documents are brought forward. The chest lands with a thud. The lost account books are revealed. The greedy merchants panic instantly now. Mount Hua holds the real leverage. You have refused our partial repayment. Their illegal scams are totally exposed. Mount Hua will take your businesses. He slams his foot down hard, down to the very last coin.